the Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter square actually it's a T-square in 2016. For most of 2016, this most stressful configuration will be formed in the skies. And this video will be in two parts. The first part will talk about how this configuration will influence the world, the events for the whole of humanity, the events in the mundane scene of the world. And in the second part, I'm going to talk about how this most stressful T-square, as we call it, because it forms the shape of a, sorry, not T-square, but a T configuration. We will talk how it actually influences you personally on the personal level, how it's going to affect you in your life, what is good to do, what to be aware of, what are the best actions to do, or what you have to be cautious not to do. Okay, let's start first of all with the world, what is happening. And some of you already had a little bit of a preview between the Saturn Neptune square in the first part of 2015, but it will intensify much more strongly in 2016. From the end of 2015, maybe the last couple of months, 2-3 months of 2015, and most of 2016, almost towards the end, you're gonna feel this tight aspect, basically this more strenuous aspect between Saturn and Neptune, which is in effect the whole, even 2015, it was 2016, it becomes most intense, that they're in a square aspect, 90 degree, where they're kind of, you know, going against each other's agenda or challenging each other's agenda. And Jupiter joins them in 2016 from the opposite sign, so something like they become like in the shape of T. That's why we call it T-square, like everyone is pulling on a cross almost, like half a cross. And actually even Mars joins this for a big part of 2016 till August, especially in the spring of 2016, around March, April, June, so it gets very intense. It's like, imagine what it is being pulled in 3 different directions. And even the sun joins, so you get pulled like on a cross. Everyone pulls for their agenda. Everyone wants what they want. So there are conflicts that happen. There are things that come to the surface which are kind of a bit shocking, that are a bit disgruntling, that are generated through some kind of shock. And let's see, first of all, what Saturn and Neptune represent, because they're the 2 pivotal points, but Jupiter joins as well. Saturn, first of all, is the hoi polloi, the normal people, the average Joe like you and me, the plebeians, you know, the hardworking people of the world. And this is what Saturn is. So our agenda and the institutions that are supposed to serve us nowadays, not many of those institutions actually serve us, but we should not complain, because the world is perfect as it is at this level of creation, at this level of manifestation. It's in the process of making. Sooner or later we'll get there. But anyway, Saturn rules the institutions that rule the hoi polloi and the hoi polloi as well. You know, the average Joe, the people, the plebeians. So their agenda will be in clash with the agenda of Neptune. And Neptune is about deceptions. Especially when it's a hard aspect, it doesn't smooth easily. So, and Jupiter is the planet of the rulers. So imagine what happens. The rulers, the hoi polloi, and illusions, you know, deceptions in some difficult aspect. What happens is that people in power have been promising stuff. You know, it's always like that. Well, that's how they get in power. Now, in 2016, especially first, Neptune, before Saturn joins with this configuration, first only Neptune and Jupiter will oppose. So towards the end, in the second part of 2015, there might be a lot of promises. I don't know if there are big political campaigns happening somewhere, over-promising us, because Jupiter exaggerates whatever it touches, and Neptune is delusion. So there might be a lot of things that they're trying to foist, you know, to people and or big companies. It might be that are promising big gains. It might be the market that are promising prices going somehow inflated. Kind of a little bit like a bubble of illusory, everything is growing, everything is going well, you know, everything is getting more inflated. But when Saturn comes and joins this configuration from the end of 2015 and the whole 2016, this bubble bursts. Those promises, even it's a very possible that some kind of a crunch can happen again. I don't want to scare you, I'm not fear-mongering. It's just what has been observed when other times such configurations form. So forewarned is forearmed. So some kind of those promises that have been made, or certain bubbles that have been growing up for a while, when Saturn comes, they will be burst, you know. Saturn is the planet of reality and karma. So if something has been exaggerated in society, politicians that promise, people in power, you know, this Saturn will burst their bubble and will remove the illusions. And it will be a bit of a painful realization because the aspect is not easy. It's not like we realize it gradually. It's more of a scandal, more likely. And the scandals that are likely to happen, and this tension happens between the normal people, which are Saturn, they're realistic. They want the truth, the normal people. They want, you know, to pay their bills and the simple things in life. And realistic things, politicians and people in power overpromise them, pull the wool in front of their eyes when this, you know, it always happens, but we become much more aware of it when this configuration happens. So a lot of deceptions will come to the surface. A lot of mistakes made, even not deceptions, it doesn't have to be purposeful deceptions. It might be mistakes made by organizations and people in power that are mistakes. They're mistakes. Sometimes not everyone is evil trying to con us and lie to us. You know, sometimes they're mistakes, and those things come to the surface for a big part of 2015. So a lot of truths, a lot of scandals can come. And let's see in what area. When we predict for the world, we look at the constellations, the actual stars. And when this hard configuration happens, Jupiter, which is people in power, naturally it rules the region, prince, big formation, astrology, is going to be in the constellation of Leo, which is again people in power. And Saturn will be in kind of in Scorpion, in the constellation of Scorpion during this difficult configuration, you know. And Neptune will be, it's actually on the verge of constellation of Pisces and Aquarius. So what is happening is that Saturn gets joined by Mars. So we find out, the normal people, we find out something that we've had our eyes pulled in some, the wool pulled over our eyes, that we've been misled in some way. Certain truths come to the surface, and Mars comes and joins us. Mars is the planet of angriness. Oh God, we get angry. We get angry with the institutions. We get angry with anything which is supposed to work for our benefit, but it's not. That has been overpromised. That has been misled in a purposeful way. And Mars comes and becomes retrograde and joins Saturn, which is the people. And the people get angry. And it's in Scorpios. If you see in the sky, in the night sky, they will be rising at the two things of Scorpio, what are they called? The two claws of Scorpio. And all stars in Scorpion, in the constellation of Scorpion, are very belligerent. So very strong, especially Mars getting retrograde, the planet of war there in March, in April, in June. Even from the beginning of the year, you can feel it that people are getting angry. And people are, they want to break down institutions, they want to these deceptions that happen, and especially because it's receiving a square aspect, this configuration. No, is it a square? Yes, from Jupiter. So people are fed up with the lies that come from the king, where the Jupiter is in the lion, you know, the people, the royalties, the people in power, and there might be a strong belligerent. And I'm not sure in which area of the world it's going to happen. I'm not such a good mundane astrologer. I'm just reading the signs, you know. But it's definitely there will be some strong insurgencies and some scandals about royalty, celebrity, you know, this Jupiter people that come to the surface, scandals. And Saturn being in the sign of Scorpion, it's about secrets as well. It's about sex scandals. And you already saw when Neptune actually started squaring Saturn for the first time this year in 2015, a lot of sex scandals happen, and Neptune is hidden things as well. So hidden things come to the surface to pay back karma time. Saturn is the planet of karma, and it's in Scorpio, the sign of sexual scandals, of the dark side of human, darker side that we hide, and also some kind of dark organizations as well, that secret organizations, that some of the secrets start coming to the surface, and people get angry about that. Whether it's the Illuminati, I'm not really making predictions of so specific organizations, but secretive organizations and sexual deviances. Payback, karma time, with Saturn and Mars there, punishment time, the two malefic signs in the planets in the sign of Scorpio, of secret organizations, and there might be some violent activities from those secret organizations towards others as well, and trying to mislead others as well. But somehow now the karma is ripe to a lot of those secrets to come to the surface. And the first time Neptune, which is hidden things and secrets and scandals, squared Saturn in the sign of Scorpio, the constellation of Scorpio, in the first half of 2015, a lot of secrets came out about even royalty was involved, and ex-presidents. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not here to expose people. I'm here just to give you an idea. But they were like, it was ubiquitous. Almost every few weeks I was hearing a huge sex scandal and pedophilia scandal and some kind of a really kind of dirty stuff. But again, I should not judge, And these hidden secret things start coming to the surface, and people can react more seriously on them. But that's good. It's a cleansing process. And and at the same time, these three planets that are making the hard aspect, actually 4, Mars joins them, they fall in the tropical signs of Sagittarius, because we also have to look at the tropical signs. They give us more in-depth understanding as well. We look at the sidereal, which is constellations, the actual constellations, and the tropical signs, which also work very powerfully for the events on Earth. They fall in the sign of Pisces. Neptune is there. Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius, and Jupiter and Mars is in the sign of Sagittarius, tropical, and Jupiter is in the sign of Virgo. You see how they move one sign ahead, actually, in the tropical zodiac. So those institutions and areas of life that are ruled by those 3 signs get very strongly activated, and dirty secrets come to the surface, some scandals come, and illusions are burst. For instance, most importantly, where illusions will be burst will be Jupiter. And Jupiter is higher education. Maybe people will start realizing that the prices of higher education have been inflated, especially in America. Oh my God, you pay all your life. And all those, and they'll start probably redirecting towards a more alternative approach to education, maybe apprenticeships. Some secrets will come about, the connections of people in higher education and the educational institutions, maybe in some kind of mistakes that have been made there, or their connection with secret organizations or something like that, Sagittarius also rules the priesthood and belief system, and a lot of secrets will come out, and a lot of bubbles will be burst, again, belief systems of people. But actually, the fanaticism might be increased, and the tension between religions can be increased, because Sagittarius is where Saturn and Mars, 2 very belligerent stars, will receive those difficult, not stars but planets, 2 very tense planets. They'll receive difficult aspects from Jupiter, the planet of beliefs. It rules beliefs as well, and Neptune, the planet of again, it rules spirituality and beliefs. But difficult aspect, it means these are extreme. It means these are not healthy beliefs, or these are beliefs and religious systems that cause harm in some way. And I'm not judging any religion. I'm just saying that the escalation of tension between religions will increase, and some violent acts can happen due to that. Also, Jupiter is in the sign of Virgo, which is medical system. Maybe some hoaxes and mistakes of the medical system will come to the surface, and people will become more aware of the misleading ways of traditional medicine, or even some, hocus pocus healers from the alternative medicine might be, what's the word? Might have a scandal and be shown as quacks, but especially in the more traditional medical system, which is Virgo, situations will happen to bring more to the attention of people, misleading practices and lies that have been happening, to bring more realism there. Also, Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. This is oceans. So there might be some big oceans and gas and oil. So the difficult aspect might create some gas, oil conflict, not conflict, but gas and oil crisis situation that can escalate in 2016. And if there are any military activities, they can happen very much due to this. Even if they're not saying it directly, it can happen because of gas and oil, trying to win gas and oil or win such territories. Or there might be some gas and oil catastrophe that happens, some spill that happens, that kind of creates big waves in a sense of environmental crisis in nature, which makes us much more aware how we've been exploited, how we're exploiting this planet for selfish reasons, and makes us all of a sudden start taking more serious measures, not just philosophize, not just idealize, not just talk, but serious measures, which is Mars, which is Saturn. But some crisis triggers it. And to clean our oceans, some crisis triggers it to start to put more productive measures into cleaning it, into taking care of this, especially the waters and the oceans, because they're the lungs of the lungs from the plankton, and, to take care of this. And some crisis with water again can happen. So these are some of the themes that you have to be aware of. And as I said, in Sagittarius, it's about belief system. It's about the judicial system. Sagittarius rules the judicial system. Some bribes or whatever, or if some judges have been involved, which a lot, of course, they're all over the world, it will come to the surface. It's payback time from people from those areas in life as well, from those areas and fields of work, kind of the judicial system, the people seeing through the illusion of it. But on the positive side, I know it's a bit intense, and especially in the spring, it can lead to major clashes when Mars is retrograde, due to disappointment, due to disillusionment, due to finding out lies, due to being fed up with being fed and foisted promises or fake belief system, or fake promises, or fake understanding of the world, or fake education. All those areas of life can be affected. But the good thing is that once such dirty secrets come to the surface, we clean them. We kind of, it's a purging of the system, and the whole humanity becomes a bit more balanced after that, and the truth shines a bit more brightly after that. But there definitely will be a very consistent theme for everyone noticing, into the mundane world of truths coming to the surface. And now, let's check what happens personally for each person. Oops.